know I'm not a superstar in this league, not even an all-star in this league. But I think when you look at teams who have success in this league, they've got guys who are role players and locker room guys with a work ethic that's top of the line. That's the type of player I am. That's the type of player I'll probably always want to be.
Being the underdog and then getting there and watching it in his face. He struggled and he got there and he did it.
We'd work out at 6:30 in the morning, then we'd go to the job site after, work all day, try and get a skate in at night, and we'd do it all again. So seeing him go from that to where he is now is bring a tear to your eye, man. It's like what he's put in, like he deserves it. And like I hope he can keep running with it.
I wish I could say I was a gearhead. I'm not a mechanic by any means, but it's always fun to kind of know what you're working with, especially when you're on the highway and you might get stranded. It's nice to have a little bit of knowledge. The main one I have now is that black road glide that I took this morning in here. That's like my big touring one. That's what I take if I'm going on a long road trip or if my wife Nat's coming with me. My favorite one, the one my dad's bringing up, is Crossbones. It's got an old Springer front end on it. That one's like my baby. That was my first Harley I bought when I was 22, 21. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get rid of that thing. It's my favorite. And then I got a little Sportster that I bought during COVID to try and learn. I took it apart and rebuilt it. I was bored and I liked that kind of stuff, so I figured I'd give it a try. My dad rode them forever. Well, I guess it started with his dad. He was a dispatch rider.
My father was in the Second World War, so he worked with signals. He did France, he did North Africa and Germany, England.
So they'd ride up alongside of the convoys and or up ahead of them and see where the enemy was, and they did all that on little BSA motorcycles.
And I just took to him at a young age and have been on them ever since. So.
Have you seen Jake's tattoos?
Yeah.
What do you think of those?
That's pretty cool.
The sleeve has everything to do with my family. I've got my grandfather's medallions, the motorcycle he rode in the Second World War, and the cardinals represent my grandparents on my mother's side. You know, I've been away from my house since I was 16 years old. I haven't lived with my parents, so having family-oriented stuff painted on me is pretty cool to wake up to.
I'm going to tear up because, you know, for him to have insight like that and just to, you know, to grab onto it and want to put it on your skin is pretty big.
I was born in Wainwright, Alberta. Dad made a rink in our backyard, and That's about all I remember, was spending hours and hours on that thing, playing with my brother. We would have been so young at the time. I'd have been 4, he'd have been 2.
So we have 3 kids. Aslan is the oldest, Jacob, and then Keaton, who is the youngest.
Jacob saw a hockey game on TV. I don't know if he was 6 or 8 months old, and we wondered if it was just the movement of the players on it. Darlene ended up having to hold him and watch it, and when a commercial came on, he was upset. He would pretend to skate in his socks.
He just would say ice skating as he was sliding on his socks, ice skating, and goal underneath the oven.
We were just watched it and just kind of followed and did what we did to get where he's at, you know, so it's exciting that way.
So when I think of growing up, I think of Stratford, Ontario for the most part. That's where I go home and visit all my friends and other family. Wainwright was hayfields and cattle, and this one is cornfields and dairy.
I know when we got into Stratford, I was the youngest guy on the street, so I ended up being getting thrown in net a lot. It's kind of, I think, why we've both had good hockey careers is we grew up competitive playing against each other, and we always wanted to be better than each other, but it was always friendly. I mean, at times, we're brothers, we would have fought, but it was full-blown hockey community. The city loves the junior B team here in town. I remember going to games every Friday night at the Willie Allman.
I think it's the second oldest rink in Canada. They call it the Canadian Cathedral because it's just this old hockey rink. The junior B team in town still plays there. We had Rob Blake, Chris Pronger, Nelson Emerson, all these guys played junior hockey in Stratford, Ontario before they went on to collegiate and pro careers. When I was 15 years old, I was playing for the Huron-Perth Lakers AAA team, and I got to play underage. I played 4 games, 3 of them at the Allman Arena with the junior B team.
It's pretty cool being able to like grow up with somebody like that and share a lifestyle.
Does he look up to Jake?
Oh yeah, he's my hero, man. Like I grew up like wanting to do what he did and like seeing him play, and I always wanted to go watch his games as a kid. And yeah, I look up to him big time.
Did you ever imagine that you'd have 2 professional hockey players in your family?
So I'm going to say no, and he's going to say yes.
Well, I knew that they were athletic, very athletically inclined, so whatever they would love as far as being an athlete, they would excel at it. We tried to give them lots of different sports, and they just kept grinding away at hockey.
It's Thursday morning in August. We're here at the TRIA practice facility for a quick workout. Should have a few other fellas in here today working out with us. It'll be a good one. It's a National Hockey League. You got to be in shape if you want to perform well for 82 games in a season. My dad's been working at the same factory for 20 years, and mom's been working a desk job for the same amount of time, and my job is I get to come in here and throw weights around and hang out with my friends, so it's a pretty good gig.
Like you can get in between here, and then we'll put a heel lift under. So just down and then up. My name's Matt Harder. I'm the head strength and conditioning coach with the Minnesota Wild. Well, he's just a good guy. Like he's very down to earth. He's a professional. He's on time. He's punctual. He takes care of his body. He's interested in what he's doing as far as nutrition, supplementation. He's skating multiple times a week. He's working with other coaches outside of what we're doing here, which shows that, trying to improve in different aspects rather than just lifting or just skating specifically with hockey. So it's great to see that with players.
And the final pick of the 2014 NHL Draft goes to the LA Kings. It is Jacob Middleton. So there you have it.
I went to the Blue Jays game that day. It was, just a way to get your mind off things. It didn't work at all. Looking back now, I was stressing the whole day and whatnot. Didn't watch much of the game. I spent a lot of the time scrolling on my phone, refreshing the draft. I think I threw my phone about 2 to 10 rows after about the 5th round. Made for a very long day.
It was tough to watch him struggle.
Yeah.
It was tough to watch the time go by and each round go by. It was just difficult.
I found out I was drafted from my dad, who got a text from my agent, Joe Resnick, and the text read, last overall pick to LA. I started crying. I was emotional. It was a long day. I think I was very happy, very angry also at the time.
It was very, very emotional. Still is. Watch a young man go through that.
I was drafted to Owen Sound in 2012. I actually got traded to the Ottawa 67s. Had some of the most fun times playing hockey in Ottawa there for 3.5 years.
For Bell, down low, toss in the slot, scores! Jacob Middleton.
I had Jeff Brown. He was a head coach my last 2 years in Ottawa, and he was hard on you, but for myself, he was a lot of help, and he's someone who was really big in mentoring me to get ready for the next level. We were stretching at the end of practice, and Brownie, the coach, came up and said, "You're the captain of the team now."
Right side for Addison, down low, in front of the net, they score! Jake Middleton!
It was an honor. It felt really cool, especially with it being such a historic franchise for junior hockey. You had Brian Kilray there coaching there, who was a legendary junior hockey coach. It was such a storied organization to be a part of that it was very cool to get to wear the C for them.
The Wolves line, shoots and scores! Jake Middleton!
Play, skip. Again, just establish that good movement, coordinate the arms. We'll go forward there. Let's just stay forward today with everything. We won't do anything backwards today.
So Manchester was Ontario and LA's farm team. I think I played 7 games there, 2 regular season and 5 playoffs. We actually had Matt Harder, the strength coach here. He was a strength coach there at the time. So when he called me, I had Matt Harder, Manchester Monarchs, come up across my phone. And I hadn't known he was a part of this organization at all yet. I was pretty new here, so I said, "Hey, how's it going?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "I'm the new strength coach here." I said, "Oh, your number came up as Matt Harder, Manchester Monarchs." So that was a cool way to start off our renewed relationship.
I really enjoy working with him. He's got a good personality, he's got a great work ethic. We have fun in the gym. He's a big guy, so he can push a little bit more weight around, and as a strength coach, meathead, that's the fun part about doing some of this job. But no, he's been absolutely fun to work with.
Oh, I know. I gotta lead it. That's tough. For the kids. I heard about the Beauty League from Bugie and Goose. They said, "You're staying here." They said, "You gotta play in the Beauty League." I said, "Yeah, cool." All right, first start of the year. That hurt. Yeah, breakaway. Oh, I don't got a breakaway. Gotta hit him with a change up every once in a while. He was stopping all the hard ones. I knew like a lot of good players played in it, but again, I just thought it was a pickup game, like a midsummer pickup game. So it was pretty cool to show up, and you got water boys running around, guys with towels. They got the jerseys and socks all set up for you. In the first game I played, I said it felt like an inter-squad game in training camp. You had American League guys, NHL guys, college kids. It's good hockey. Yeah, no, it's good to get out there once or twice a week and do that.
I don't want it. I want it now. Got it. Nice pass.
I was at the DMV the other day, and it was a Wednesday, and I had 2 different people come up and ask me if I was playing in the Beauty League that night. I didn't realize that there was going to be 2,500 fans in the stands and 100 kids waiting for autographs on the way in and out. So I was a bit taken by surprise when I got there the first night, but I do think it's a very cool thing. So many great players playing it. It's very cool to be a part of.
Ellie, what do you say?
Thank you. You're welcome. Right here as well?
Could we get a picture with the girls too?
Absolutely. Ultimately, what happened with LA is I was offered an American League deal, and I had said no at the time. I was pretty sure I was gonna play my overage year in the Ontario Hockey League with Ottawa and then go on to a collegiate career in the CIS hockey. And I thought that was gonna be my hockey career, and then I just got an invite to San Jose's camp that summer, to their development camp, and I thought it went very poorly. The staff was kind of all over me at the time and this and that, and I called my agent and I said, why did these guys even invite me? Like, I just got torn apart for a week. So I went to rookie camp with San Jose, got asked to go to training camp right after. As training camp kept going on, I would wait around expecting to be on the cut list. And on the third day, Mike Ricci came up and said, just go home, kid, you're fine. And so I went home, and I still didn't believe it. So the next day, I left right away. I got on the first bus out of there, and I said, if they're sending me home, they gotta call me back from my hotel room. And it ended up, my agent called and he said they'd like to offer you an A deal.
Especially for a younger guy, he was pretty mature off the bat. His game grew from there, and he was trusted in more situations, and he eventually turned into a very successful NHL player. It was kind of incremental, and his ice time evolving and being used in different roles. And, I think that he's played in all situations, and that's kind of led to his success.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, how many brothers can say they had the opportunity to play together at the professional level? And especially for them two, obviously a little bit of an age gap. They never really played together growing up, practiced and worked out together all summer long, and then they spent so much time together, and a really cool relationship there too. Like, they're so close and stick up for each other, but at the same time work so hard and compete against each other every single day on the ice.
It was weird at first, if I'm being honest, because we never played together. He was always 2 years older. But then honestly, like a month in, we got used to it, and it was memories I'll cherish forever.
My agent used to call me throughout the summer, and I answered the phone one time in late August, and I said, listen, are they signing me to an NHL deal or what? And he said, actually they are. And I got home, told my dad, mom, they started crying. It was a pretty special experience. January 5th, 2019, I got to play my first NHL game against Tampa Bay Lightning. I didn't really have time to understand the gravity of everything that was going on. I just remember I went home and I called my parents. I said, I'm in tonight. I only played, I think, 5 minutes and 2 seconds, but I did get to watch two of the best teams to play against each other that night, and I got 5 minutes of ice time at the same time.
Carlson, Bonino, Jake Middleton scores his first NHL goal!
It's not how I expected to score my first goal, but it's kind of par for the course for me. We are in Goose's house. Him and his wife, Amanda, were kind enough to let us stay here for the summer months while we were looking for a place.
We had a place available and it worked out, and he was a great tenant. The place looks great, squeaky clean.
I'd give you a full tour. I own nothing in this house, so I can't say much about it. That's my dog over there, Leo. Leo, come here, come here. Oh, he's so tough. Got Nat sitting in the corner. She doesn't want to be on camera. We are high school sweethearts. We met in 7th grade in middle school. So we'd have been 16 years old, 10th grade, we started dating. I asked her to marry me over the All-Star break this year down in Carmel, California. And then we had a little wedding in Nashville on July 15th. I think you guys are here to see the closet for the most part. I used to have a closet full of clothes and I never wore any of them, really. I bought a 5-pack of white t-shirts and a 5-pack of black t-shirts, and that's about all I roll with now. Those are my staples. I got 3 jackets, all from the same company, denim. I got one new black one in Sturgis and one new white one in Sturgis. Other than that, just plain black tees, plain white tees. Every morning when I get up, I got nothing to choose from. It's a same t-shirt, same pair of jeans. Just makes it easy in the morning. And they're clean, like it looks good still. It's kind of that 1950s style that just everyone wore. It looks good. You look put together. So that's what I went with, and I'm sticking with it. 8:30 a.m. I got a phone call from Joe Will, who was general manager at the time, and he said, "You've been traded to Minnesota." And I go, "Okay." So now my mind starts racing. From there, I just was like, I don't know what to do. We didn't have much luggage at the time. I used to just throw trash bags of my clothes in my truck and drive home. I said, "Well, do you need me to play tonight?" They were playing Vegas that night. And he goes, no, you're not playing tonight. I said, well, I need some more time. Like, the mall doesn't open till 11 and I got no luggage.
When he first came in here, it's like he's a big, strong guy that's physical, can take care of business if it presents itself, defending. But what we saw last year was an offensive upside.
That's a big thing. You're in your first year and you get to go into a contending team. And the first day I walked in here, so welcoming, the guys were so cool, and it was just like, okay, this is gonna be fun. You know, this is it's a hell of a spot to be in. It's going to be enjoyable.
His attitude towards the game about having fun, and that's a big part of our team on the ice as well, but definitely in the locker room, he knows how to keep it light.
Spurgeon to Middleton. He scores! Middleton, who's been much more visible offensively from the start tonight, as his first goal in a wild sweater.
He's a young player that is getting better, and we're expecting real good things from him this season.
It all went pretty quick. I think it was 2 phone calls with my agent of, here's the offer, I'll call back, and the next phone call was, here's the done deal.
The slot that he played in San Jose and then coming to us and playing with Spurge in the top pair really gave him a lot of confidence. So he's only going to get better. He's been just a really good fit for us.
I was welcomed right away. We know that. It's still a feeling out process. I'd really just like to immerse myself in the team and the organization and take this team as far as we can go. You know, really buy in the day-to-day, be a part of it, not just come in and jump into it, like be a part of it from the start and do it with the team for a full 82-game season.